Hello everyone, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at American Pop. This is a complete trip of an animated movie, from the animation style to the music to the storyline. I'll start off by saying this movie won't be for everyone, but if you're interested in American 20th century music history and gritty animation, this is as good as it gets. If you are aware of Ralph Bakshi, you'll recognize his style right away in this film. He is one of the most ambitious animators and filmmakers in American history, and his movies often cover social commentary and dark themes. He also animated the Lord of the Rings series. American Pop from 1981 is what you might call an epic, jukebox, music drama film. To be honest, it doesn't quite fit into any normal category. It's ambitious and refreshing, and its uniqueness is one of the many reasons to watch the movie. A jukebox musical is a musical where all the music is known. American Pop tells part of the story of the American evolution of music during the 20th century, from about the 1910s to the 1980s. As such, the film features an incredible score from artists during this time, like Jimi Hendrix, Sam Cooke, The Doors, and goes as far back as artists like Louis Prima, just to name a few. It's a very diverse soundtrack. The historical and musical story plays out generationally. The film starts with an immigrant family traveling to America from Imperial Russia at the turn of the 20th century, then follows an immigrant boy's journey into show business. Following this are 3 generations of sons, who are all connected to music in a different way. What's great about the American Pop story is just how unique and sensational music history was in 20th century America. America was still a newer country at the turn of the 20th century, but its cultural identity was evolving at speeds never imagined. Historically, generations of families might be exposed to the same folk or classic music genres for hundreds of years, but in the 20th century, a single American could live through multiple eras of evolving pop music. Broadway shows, the radio, and then television fused popular music to every social and historic event in 20th century America. As such, you can truly tell the story of 20th century America through music, which is what American Pop accomplishes. Pop culture means popular culture. Unlike culture, pop culture is as transitional as any trend in society. As an example, we might always teach classical piano at art schools, but we won't always teach punk rock. Pop culture, particularly musical pop culture, is reflective of social trends and events. World War I, World War II, and particularly the Vietnam War had a relationship with music, either for propaganda purposes or, counter to this, anti-establishment reasons. Music has also been tied to America's anti-social underbelly. In the early 20th century, you have your significant red light districts and burlesque clubs across the country, or illicit establishments during the age of Prohibition in the 1920s and 30s. In the 1960s, the intersection of drugs and music culture, particularly the psychedelic era, was defined by hallucinogenic drugs like LSD, influencing the creation of psychedelic music, rock, and pop. Harder drugs like heroin became an issue, and the era saw tragic deaths from drug-related use, including several artists featured in the movie, like Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison. The film, rather than going too deep with any one character, is more of a trip through several characters' experiences, highlighting the darker side of American music history, be it related to war or drugs. All of the characters share a sense of being lost and wanting to be a part of something bigger, which might just be one of the great American experiences with how fast pop culture moves and influences our lives. There isn't a ton of dialogue in the movie, but the music really fills this void, and what dialogue you do get is executed very well and often poetic. The animation is both crude and beautiful. Backgrounds are often still works of art on their own, then suddenly and surprisingly come to life. There are many creative and clunky techniques used in animating this movie, such as rotoscoping. Rotoscoping can make an animation at times look either more lifelike or just very unnatural and janky. It's a technique where live actors are filmed, and that the subsequent footage is used for animators to draw over. However, all the varied art techniques do really jive with the variety of music used, particularly in relation to the experience of using hallucinogenics. Likewise, the film's crude animation style really adds a layer of darkness to scenes relating to drug addiction or other dark themes in the film. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching. Do check out American Pop, or not. It's going to be one of those films you'll either really like, or you won't. The film isn't made to be universally appealing, and that's okay, if not a strength of the movie. Anyway, if you want to get with the current pop culture trend, do consider hitting the like button. But most importantly, do take care, and have a nice rest of your day.